All right, I'm back. I think I'm going to sit in that chair and hang out for a minute. I'm going to wait till a few people get on. I don't have my other phone up and running. It's a brick right now, so I can't see comments in real time necessarily, especially if I'm going to be sitting down. And I think you guys are going to need to be sitting down for this too. So, yeah. Here. Pete's performance. How you doing? Jason or Chris or both? Do I get both tonight? It's gonna be a tough night, but we're gonna end on a high note. There's some stuff that people need to hear, and I'm still not very happy. So as of right now, there are actually three guys. Hey Dan, you still don't know which one's talking, but whatever. Um, hey Steven, thank you. Dan, appreciate you coming. Chris and Jason, whoever it is, great. um, I've missed being on, but I'm kind of low on ambition. William, how are you? Welcome. Kind of low on ambition. I really hope that I can get to this 288 tonight because Bob has been itching, and there's actually a reason. I'm gonna get to that too. Um, Will, hey, it's Christy. Hey, Chris. Will, thank you for coming. So yeah, we're gonna end on a high note, but we have some stuff to go over here. Steve, I thank you very much. Appreciate it. William Prophet, welcome. So I'm gonna sit down over here and forgive me, I'm not gonna be able to see comments, but I'm gonna sit down so I can talk directly to you guys. Uh, oh God, it's been a rough few weeks. So we'll get right down to it. Has anybody paid me? The answer is no, but there's a caveat. So three guys. There are actually more, but there are three guys that I really care about and have considered friends. Some for much longer than others, and have given me their word that I would get paid. I have not gotten paid. There's a caveat, and we'll get to it. So very simply, I haven't gotten paid, so all three guys get named at this point, and then we're gonna up the ante another bit. It's gonna happen because I'm pissed. I'm just ripping pissed. Still upset. Um, three guys: James Faust, Larry Warner, and Jason Scott. And so, very simply, we're going to get to James in a minute because, like I said, there's a caveat, and just, all three guys right now are banned from the channel. They are not able. They can watch, I think, but they're not able to chat right yet. Okay, and again, James might be a special case here. We'll get to that in a minute. But let's go over Larry and Jason first. So, as you guys know, I put together a 372 crankcase, and Larry Warner said that he wanted it. Now, Larry has been an asset to the channel, as far as I'm concerned. Um, he He's communicated with me multiple times, and we have done business before. So he knows the deal. Um, he wanted that crankcase. We agreed on a price. He told me he'd send me the money. Not only that, I went above and beyond and sent him some extra stuff. I have not gotten paid. Now, the caveats here are that Larry has some significant health issues, or at least that is my understanding. I did get an email from his girlfriend. Again, that included the words that I'm going to get paid. But that was a while ago now. I've seen nothing. I've heard nothing. I don't know if Larry is alive or not, to be honest. But instead of them actively seeking me out and trying to make sure I'm satisfied before whatever else happens in their life, I have to go hunt this down. And this is simply not cool. It's just not cool. I not just what we agreed on, but I went above and beyond for Larry, and I'm still not paid. Plain and simple. So a number of weeks ago, I had sent an email. Again, his girlfriend responded. He wasn't doing well. You know, when he turned a corner, they were going to get me paid or whatever. I don't even remember the email. Point being, Larry gave me his word that I would get paid, and I'm not. I expect random people off the internet to not pay me. I don't expect people that I've done business with before and people I would consider friends, friends to not just to me, but to you guys, you know. These guys have hung out on the channel a lot, and they've contributed a lot. People with knowledge, people I would consider assets. So I don't much know what to do about Larry, but I definitely have not gotten paid. And again, just to iterate to you guys so you understand, the money is very much secondary. For a lot, I could care less about the money. It's just when a friend gives you his word, I expect that to be kept. It's held to a higher standard, not a lower standard, if that makes any sense. If some random dude off the street gives you his word, it's not worth very much. But if a friend gives you the word, that I hold very high. And you hold that to a very high standard. You should. You pay your friends first. You know, you take care of your friends. Friends are the family we choose. Friends are special like that. You get to choose them. You don't get to choose your family. Not that family isn't wonderful, at least sometimes. Friends are the family we choose. And when somebody goes against their word, I'm going to get upset. And if I get upset, my reaction is I lose ambition. So for those guys that are looking for me to be on, you know, every other night like I have been, it's not happening. I'm not saying I've got lots of projects or whatever, but if I don't got ambition, I don't got ambition. So, and I get really down when I get friends that give me their word for something and then don't follow through. And then you add the financial component on top of that, and that really sucks. So, second guy, Jason Scott has owed me money for less time than Larry or James. I have known him for less time, but Jason has been a great customer. We've done business a numerous amount of times. Sent him, he needs something, it gets sent. No problem. No problem. Wants a few extra pieces, no problem. It goes. Jason, so overall, Larry owes me $250. Jason owes me $282. Again, I was told with Jason, I was told I was going to get paid Basically, like the night I sent it out, Matt, I'm going to pay you tonight. Up, something's wrong with the PayPal. I'll pay you tomorrow. Up, something's wrong with the PayPal. We'll pay you Wednesday. Would it helpful for you to pay a couple of payments, like $100 this week, 150, whatever, next week? Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, fine. Okay, 0 is paid that I know of. Again, just so everybody knows, I am happy to eat crow all day long if there's money in my account that I don't know of. So, so Jason, if you have sent the money, um, you know, remind me of that, and I will eat crow all day long. But I don't think it's gotten sent. Um, I'm just I will come on the channel and make a formal apology. I have no problem with that. Which gets to another point. So something that I learned a while ago, which is I found fascinating, didn't learn this until I was in my 30s, was actually how to give an apology. I think this is important. I think this is very important because certain aspects of apologies are more important to people than others. So there's an anatomy of an apology. Um, I'm sorry is usually a good start, you know. I shouldn't have done that. It won't happen again. Okay, so there's 3 things. Sorry, I shouldn't have done that. Be specific. It won't happen again. Um, will you forgive me? That's always good. Forgiveness is another topic. We can talk about that some other time. Will you forgive me? That's important. The most important one to me is, what can I do to make it up to you? Now, that's important because Bandmill Bob has gotten kind of screwed here because he was expecting his saws to be done live. And we've talked about it. And thank you, Bob, for encouraging me. So I asked him, what can I do to make it up to him? And he wants his saw done live. I will do that tonight. So, Bob, for you, you've been a great customer. You have gone above and beyond to get me the financials on time, and I'm doing my best to get you stuff shipped out as soon as possible here. Okay. Before we get to James, let me look at the comments quickly because James is going to be in the Faust family. I guess here is going to be a bit of a special case. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to look. Thanks, Daryl. Hey, Ken. Didn't Zach G just got the notification. Yep, thanks. It's the principals. Stephen, you're right. Can't we just keep hugging? It would be nice to keep hugging, yeah. Hope we can hug this one out at the end, you know? I don't know about it. Can you guys hear me okay? Somebody hear me okay? The apology thing to me is really important. Figuring out, because it's something that I listen for. It's something I look for and listen for in my daily life. I listen for things like, gee, Matt, how can I make your day better? Not too many people say that. But you know, we need to figure out how to do that. Because I think we need more of those people in our lives to figure out who's actually saying, how can I make your day better? Is something I've done? Is there anything I can do to make it up to you? That type of stuff is really important to say. And the reason I know it's important is because how few times I hear it from other people. I know it's important. Hardly anybody says it or does it. So, with regard to James, okay, so everybody knows that James has been on for a very long time. Before he was moderator on the channel, we had chatted, and he was also one of those kind of guys that um, he really needed an encouraging word at a certain time in his life. And so we've been talking back and forth and good friends now for like a year and a half. And he's needed some encouragement. He's not been, and I'm gonna I can let him explain certain things to people that want to know it. They can certainly contact him. Um, we may in the future get to the point where I will. Uh, he is right now hidden from the channel, so he can't um, post anything. But that is more just because I haven't gotten a chance to unblock him. Um, I'm sure that people that know him well enough will want an explanation from him, and we'll be able to get that because he'll be willing to give out his phone number. But for right now, um, we've been friends for like a year and a half. We've talked about a lot of serious stuff. Um, from my end, I've stuck with him through some pretty serious things. And, from his end, he's been an ear to me as well. You know, apparently the family is a big fan. I understand it. There's a significant amount of family members that watch the channel, which is fantastic. I think that's hilarious. Obviously, you guys take me way more serious than I take myself. So, what am I supposed to say? It's cool and it's also funny at the same time. Um, so, again, you hold your friends to a higher standard. So, a number of months ago, James was, again, having uh, health issues. And so, but we were talking back and forth because he wanted a couple of saws. I knew that he wanted a couple of saws. He wanted that Ratty Tatty 268, and he wanted the 372, the As-Is 372. He's been talking about them things for a very, very, very long time. He wants them. So eventually we agreed on a price on the 372, not on the 268. And I'm going to try to be as fair as possible here. We did not agree on a price on the 268, but he wanted the As-Is 372 and a toolkit, among other things. So I knew he was having some trouble, and I didn't really need the saws, but I knew he wanted them. So he begged me not to ship them. He's like, Maddie, don't you dare do it. Don't you dare do it. Don't you ship those saws. I did. I knew he wanted them. So, long story short, he wasn't even able to open the boxes for weeks. But in that period of time, I mean, he's like, I begged you not to send these. Why'd you send these? And he also was unaware of my intention until the other night when we finally spoke. Again, for the first time in a while. I knew that he needed some hope. And I knew how valuable the saws were to him, whether he could use them or not. So, for me, it was not only an opportunity to basically, offload a couple of saws that I knew he wanted and I didn't really need, but also an opportunity to give him some hope. And I'm an understanding guy. If they show up and he says I don't want them, take them back, then that's on me. He didn't say that. We agreed on a price, and he told me, I would get paid. So I said, that's fine, pay me when you get the chance to stick something in the mail. And so he said, okay, payment's on its way. And it wasn't. And it turns out what he told me, somebody else had it for a little while and didn't stuff it in the mail. Second go around, he told me it's in the mail. And then apparently it got returned because the package got damaged. And then the third go around, he told me that it was overnighted. And it wasn't. So, as you can imagine, I'm kind of starting to not feel so good about things. And then eventually it's like, okay, I'm waiting in the mailbox because he said it was overnighted. And until something shows up, I'm starting to have doubts on this, and nothing's showing up, and nothing's showing up, and nothing's showing up. And now I'm having a hard time understanding as to what's going on. A, I've gotten stiffed, and B, he told me it was in the mail and it wasn't. I asked for a tracking number. He wasn't able to give it to me. So, I'll say this. James sent me the stuff back. So there's the caveat. I actually have those saws back. The truth is, I didn't want them back. If he had asked me whether I really want them back or the payment, I would have said, I'll take the payment all day long. If he had said, Maddie, I can't use the saws. I'm not going to be able to use them. This is not happening. I might have said, hey, do you need some hope these days? Then just keep them. But I wasn't given that opportunity. So, the concern for me is less about the money. And the money in this case was considerable. It was like $1,200. Let's see, we're still on here? Just checking. The money here in this case is like $1,200 plus shave, but whatever it actually was, it doesn't matter. The money was certainly more considerable here, but what worried me more was that somebody who I had stuck with for a very long time had gone back on his word. So I don't know what to do. So what I did do was I offered James an opportunity to essentially write a letter, and he wrote a small blurb to you guys. It was more directed at me than to you guys, and he wanted to make sure that I reiterated the fact that he told me very specifically to not send the saws, and that basically he didn't understand my intention was to give him some hope by sending the saws. He did not understand that was my intention. So those were the 2 points that he wanted to be made very, very clear. And then if he has to defend himself then to anybody, then they can basically, those people that know him well enough can call him up. On the upside here, at least sort of, I have the saws back. I have all the stuff back. It was basically unopened. So I'm not short of anything except for the shipping. Down, who cares? I called him. We hashed it out. We talked it out. And he's apologized profusely and deeply regrets what he's done. I just don't know how to move forward, because I'm still feeling kind of icky about the whole thing, and he's certainly not the only one here. This is, if it was just him, I might be able to deal with it. But since I'm dealing with a couple of other things and some really sticky wickets here, I don't really know what to do. So that's why I took a couple weeks off from live, because I didn't want to come on here and say something that I would regret. So, to Bandmill Bob, thank you for talking me through some things and encouraging me. Um, you've given me very good words, so I do appreciate that. So I don't really know where to go from here except to say, hey, we've got a 288 to build. Upping the ante. That's what I wanted to go to. So, right. I'm still upset. What to do about it? We're going to shelve the James issue for right now. And I think he and I are just going to kind of sit on things for a bit and possibly cool off. Because, again, I have my stuff. Not that I really care about this stuff. I don't really need it. But I do have it. So it's not like, I'm out that kind of money, So there's that. But to the other two guys, Larry and Jason, I'm going to up the ante here a bit because I'm pissed. So we're upping the ante. So right now, everybody's banned. The three people are hidden from the chat. They're not allowed to chat. And it is very likely I will unhide James. I just have to go do it. It's been busy. So, to James and Faust family, forgive me for that. Please, I just need to go do it, but I've been busy. But to Larry and Jason, the first person to pay me will get unhidden. The person who doesn't pay me is hidden permanently. And we're going to up the ante further because this is about value. This is about how I feel. And right now, I feel like trash because my best customers have tried to stick it to me. So we're upping the ante further. So you guys, right now, if you want to stay hidden for the rest of whatever, that's fine. Don't pay me anything. Right? Don't pay me anything. Like I said, I don't care about the money. If you want to get unhidden, you're going to pay me double. Simple. And the first person to do that gets unhidden from the chat and can participate as usual. The guy that doesn't, second person to do that, we're not doing it all. Well, yeah. You're hidden permanently. So, how's that for upping the ante? I'm pissed. Yeah. It's not been a good couple of weeks. But, does anybody have any questions? I mean, you guys can tell me I'm being too harsh. These guys have bad situations, whatever. The principle overall is just, I was given their word that I would get paid. And I take people at their word. That's what I do. If you want me to not do that, then we have bigger problems, And in order to maintain a good relationship on the chat here with everybody, I think it's important to hold to your word. If you don't want something, don't say you want it. If you're not going to pay me, don't say you're going to pay me. Pretty simple. So, yeah. There we have that, and forgive me for not having the other phone. It's not working. Drain the swamp. If I had the money to pay, you do not need to cover somebody else's debt. You do not. Thank you very much for offering, but you do not have to cover somebody else's debt. Thank you, though. Moving forward, proceed with caution. Yeah. So, like I said, we're gonna kind of cool off for a little bit, I think. And overall, I think James and I need to build up the relationship a bit, but this is going to take time. You know what I mean? Zach, a man is worth his word. I'm right there. I'm with you. Son 32. Nice to see you again. Thank you. 26 people here listening to me. Okay, what's the definition of integrity? My buddy Dave has told me the definition of integrity: doing the right thing even if it's inconvenient. Right? So, yeah. So Chris says, listen to Bias Live. I've had a really rough week with customers. Broke policy for a good customer, and then yeah. My folks in the dental office used to call patients. If you have good credit in the office, you've been a patient a long time. You have Gold Star credit. That's what they called it. You basically had to do credit through the office. You know, Daryl Maddox, you and Johnny Boy 73 got me started while I was small engine world. Welcome. Matt's Chainsaws. Good to see you back. Thanks. Zach, loud and clear. You're good, Manny, and fair. People tend to take advantage of that nowadays. I'm glad you're doing this tonight. Well, I'm trying to be as transparent as possible, and if somebody thinks they need more clarification on something, they can let me know. Hey, Andy. Ladies and gentlemen, my cousin, Andrew Olson. William, it only shows I'm watching by myself. No other comments can be seen. And William's a little beside himself. Yeah, yeah. So, want to show you guys something funny. I don't know if my father-in-law is watching. But my wife just got me this. You're a great father. Tremendous father. Best father the world's ever seen, with a special, strong, huge heart. It's really, really terrific. So this is for Father's Day. Believe me. Trust me, I would know. Who doesn't like that for Father's Day? And of course, need another coffee mug. Although I don't have a cup of coffee right now. But Amazon box showed up the other day. I'm like, what the heck is this? I don't think I ordered anything from Amazon. Sure enough, I didn't. It came from my wife. So, to my wife, thank you very much. Andrew Maddie is a rock star. I don't know. Let me show you one other cool thing. Okay, got another box here. I found this on eBay, and I don't know how common these are, but I'm going to take a guess and say not common. We're going back, oh yes, back to the world of chainsaws here, and less into the world of theoretical blah, blah, blah. Yes, don't worry. Root beer's coming. I need it. Totally. Man, they packed this like crazy. Does that look old? That looks old. Oh, yes. There's no clips. But that sure looks right. There's no clips and there's no pin bearing. But I don't care. OEM new old stock 394 piston. Yeah, sorry, you're getting crowns. They don't always fit. Wish they did. Why is this tight? Doesn't matter. It's tight in there. 394 new old stock piston. Yep, see the machine marks. Pretty sure that has not been inside of a head. 80s. Probably late 80s, early 90s. Made in Germany. Wow. If that's the right number. Sure looks right. Mal, yep. Molly. I don't know if there's a date code on here, but I'm not worried about it. That's cool. That was $75. The thing is, the Meteor pistons are pretty much as good, but it is cool to have a new old stock 394 piston. Anywho, let's get to Bob's build. I don't know if Bob is on. Bob, are you on? Hey, Brandon. Gotta get it from a girl. Yeah, yeah, it's a good point. It's special, you're right. In Germany, gotta be good. It showed up in Matt's mailbox. Gotta be good. So, I want to show you guys. Here's the list of stuff for Bob's 288. Rebuild, deck, 2 Nachi bearings, highway seals, OEM gasket kit, oiler O-ring, case bushing, new old carb, new OEM dog, Meteor piston, fuel filter, OEM line aftermarket, which is actually Steel R3, but whatever. 2 used AV mounts, which I happen to have, an OEM gas cap, throttle presence lever, handle inserts, brand new handle inserts, OEM. Take care, Will. Thanks for coming. Somebody get Bob. Yeah, he might be here. He might not be. He's probably out on the out on the bandsaw. So yeah, this is Bob's nice 288. OEM switch, OEM boot. The boot, that's this part right here. OEM decomp, modded muffler, highway clutch, 8-pin rim, highway top handle, OEM clutch cover, OEM top cover, OEM starter cover, which we haven't seen yet. They're down in there. They're coming. Highway pulley and rope, OEM outer dog, OEM kill wires, starter screws, and what's not on here was the one thing that's holding me up, which Mike Shetley shipped to me, so I'm not going to charge Bob for, but it's this piece, which goes there. Check that out. Hey, Pat. So, the bill is considerable on this. Poor Bob. But it's going to be worth it. Going to be worth it. And it's not, really mostly labor here. It's actually mostly parts. I bought me the Steel 200. You bought a 201. Why? Crankshaft, can you answer a quick question? Sure. I'm just going to start filling around with getting this thing together, but while you're asking. But yeah, go ahead. By the way, Ken, if you're still around, just want to make sure that, well, get your take. Have I been fair so far? That would be a question. I think that's a fair question to ask my other moderator. Didn't want to say anything tonight that I would regret again. Just want to let people know what's going on and why I'm upset. I may put one of my 200T crank seals on the PTO side flush. Yeah, I think that sounds right. The laundry's out. Let the chips fall where they may. Yep. The thing is, I don't remember on the 200T. I had done a bunch more seal installations on live videos, so you can go back there and look at exactly where I dropped those seals to. On the PTO side, I think flush sounds good. And make sure it's turned right side out. Again, you can see on the videos. I did a whole video on that on 200T seals and the comparison between OEM seals and aftermarket seals. So that's an old video, but probably quite pertinent. If you can modify a 201 to run, God bless. What a mess around here. So, Bob has been very patient on this build. Very, very patient. I do appreciate that. Okay. Switch gears. New OEM kill wire. Again, forgive me, I can't see questions while I'm working, so I will do my best to look here in every few seconds. OEM cap, I wonder if it's gonna... Yeah, that should seal. Okay, I just want to put it on there so nothing goes in there for right now. There's a rubber piece that goes right here that these lines go through. I don't want to forget that, or really anything. Here's the starter, but I need that rubber piece. I think this will do. Let's see. Oh shoot, I forgot my root beer. Chris, you're right. I gotta go get root beer. Jeez. So the small one goes to the small one, the big one goes to the big one. This is not hard. Root beer, right. So in case they're watching, shout out to the wife and kids, and they are in Oklahoma at this point. The stop lever and harness for a 357. Well, HL Supply will have that. Hey, Tim, you missed some stuff. Crankshaft. The flywheel side, I think, is supposed to be flush with those nubs, not with the actual crankcase. Not the old bench again. Yeah, for right this moment, yeah. Money bags root beer. Oh my god, that stuff. Oh. Yeah, so I don't know if the wife and kids are watching, but they're in Oklahoma. I'm hanging out by myself here. Crankshaft, you might not. If it's not rubbing up against the bearing, it won't be a problem to be a little too deep. If it rubs up against the bearing, it might. It's tough to tell. But I think on the flywheel side it's supposed to be on the nubs, but you have to go back to my other videos and look. I wish I remembered off the top of my head. The guy that would know for sure would be Lone Wolf on OPE Forum. So if you happen to have the chance to contact him, now I don't know why they put that like that. Makes no sense to me. Because it looks like it could just fall out. Right here, I don't know why they didn't clip it the other direction or have two clips or something like that, but whatever. Nice if that actually clipped in there too, but it doesn't. Okay. So all this is good now. Starter screws. They are not captured. This is a brand new starter, which we put together some time ago. This is a starter cover anyway, brand new. And these are the old school OEM flat blade starter bolts, which are not captured. Obviously, you're going to want to double, triple, quadruple check these. So before you tighten them down, you make sure that you're grabbing. It's not that the flywheel or whatever isn't binding with the starter. Finally, we can pull it over. Ooh, feeling weak tonight. Not good. Okay. All right. So, I don't know why they designed it this way, but clearly, whoever designed it this way was not thinking. So, this tab on the starter switch has to be bent up in order to put the kill wire on here. Otherwise, what happens is it binds with the throttle. Works fine. Okay. The red wire here needs to go pulled through. And for some reason, they don't make these quite as long, again, as they should, but whatever. Tab here, this red wire goes under. It sits in there. That sits there, and eventually clicks on there. Question is, do I have any fuel hanging around? Okay, hopefully I do. This looks a little long. Hopefully it's not too short now. So you can set the high idle, pull it, choke on, choke off. Everything works there mechanically. That looks good. So, time to get a compression number? What do you think? What did I miss? Keith Clark, how are you doing? Ken, enjoy your dinner. And Ken, thank you for posting James's info. Steve says just continue on, do your thing, cut the bad apples out. Scene, leave Larry and Jason out. How come I? Well, I can go to the other one, but this happened to be sitting here, so we'll get to the other one. Okay, here let's get a compression number because we've been waiting for that. I like to have oil everywhere, as you guys know. Feels smooth. Nice. Down to 0. Let's see what we get. There's 145. Jeepers. 190? 190? Well, Bob, that's going to be a little more stout than dang, dentists. 190. Bob, I think you're going to be happy with that. That's just a deck on here. Nothing fancy. So that is going to make people happy. And most importantly, jealous. I did find the box of 262 parts smashed in the smashed up truck. Oh dear. Marky Mark, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Welcome. All right, so we getting a pop? Is that what we want to do? No. Might as well, right? Uh-oh. Not too much True Fuel left. Put this stuff in there. Brand new carburetor. Better be good. I may actually get to run this tomorrow because I'm going to be doing some cutting, I think. Okay. Choke. Here we go. Nothing. Should probably bring that wire under there, but that I won't worry about for the moment. Why am I getting nothing? Well, there's something. Now that's what a 288 is supposed to sound like. I forgot. I didn't have the high idle set. Sorry. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, so let's finish this up. I haven't even touched the carburetor. Let's finish this up. Let's put the blue line. Stupid thing. Put the blue line underneath that black thingy dingy. That way it's less likely to rub. Things that rub wear out, you know? Things that vibrate against each other wear out. Everything wears out. Whatever. Different discussion. Okay. Filter. Top cover. Brandy new OEM. Brand new OEM top cover. And the pièce de résistance, a brand new OEM clutch cover. Okay. Do we need... You need the bar plate. Put the bar plate on. There's your clutch cover. That. A couple of nuts. Oh, that muffler looks great. Kind of like junkyard dog-ish, but still good. Bob, I think we have an outer dog here. Yeah, so you can put the outer dog on if you want. Yeah, that's a saw. A real man saw for sure. Check that out. Take care, Will. Have a good one. Yeah, this sounds really good. Mark, you got the box of the 359? Did I send you a box? I don't remember. Hey, Jonathan, how are you? Oh, Computer Mark. That one. That Marky Mark. Got it. Mark, there is a guy on Facebook, Derek Thompson. He's on one of the Facebook. He's on one of the chainsaw groups, and he's got 288 stuff like crazy. So you might want to hit him up if you want 288 parts. I don't know if he's selling or what, but there was a lot on there. So yeah. So tomorrow, I think I'm gonna go cutting. I think I'll take this with me. Mason has right now the Ratty Tatty 268 and the As Is 372. He's fiddling around with them. And best of luck, of course. Bob, you can let me know. Is there anything I'm missing here that you need or want? I don't think so. I think this is good. One part I want to make sure that I put in here. Yeah. So on the list there was case bushing right here. That's this stupid plastic thing. This nub goes in there, and they wear out. So got an 8-pin on here. Maybe I'll stick a 24 on this thing and rip it up tomorrow. So, what else do I have for you guys? Other than drinking root beer, not much else doing tonight. So, Bob consider a custom paint job. There are guys that would certainly do it. Well, if you really wanted to go all out, I hit this up with some touch-up paint, but if you want to go out, you need a powder coat. Powder coat the crankcases. So this saw would be better if it had powder coated crankcases, and a newer tank would have done wonders for the looks, but for all intents and purposes, this is a brand new saw. You know, with a whole pile of compression. Yeah, it looked good. It's happy. Happy. Here's my bench over here. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. Yeah, look, I think it looks good. Looks good. Oh, that carburetor. Is this it? So on Bob's 346 that I built, I put this 199 carburetor on there, and it would not get to full RPM. And we tried 13 different things on here. Still didn't work. So I swapped over from a 346 that I had, a 199. It worked great. So I sent that down to Bob. Um, does anybody want this? Uh, $20 shipped. Anybody? HDA 199. If you can get it to run, it's a 199. A can of SC1 shine that tank up. Yeah. Well, I'll let Bob do what he wants to do on it. So I've actually had a long day. Got up early. Work 8 to 7 today. So I've been working. And I got to get up real early tomorrow to go down and do some cutting. So, anybody have anything else? Questions, comments? Anybody think I'm completely off my rocker? Um, if you guys think I'm off base, let me know. You know, I'm just upset. I'm gonna try to get past things here and move forward somehow. Pretty much all I got. Out here for a bit. Get ready for graveyard. Have a good night. Take care. Thanks for coming in, man. Pat, have a great night. Thanks much. To quote most underrated handyman, I'm pulling for you. We're all in this together. That's red green. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If anybody hasn't watched the Red Green Show, I highly suggest hanging out with some Red Green, especially on YouTube. There's just hundreds of episodes on YouTube. So the most underrated comedian possibly of all time. Just a fun show to watch. Steve, have a great night. Thanks so much. If anybody else is here and they want to ask me a couple questions, that's fine. Or tell me to go fly a kite, that's fine too. Just try not to be unreasonable. You know what I mean? What else do I got going? Anybody else want a 199? Call it $20 shipped. Just shoot me an email. All right, I guess we'll call it a night. Special thanks to Ken. Thanks so much for being here, for moderating, all that fun stuff, and for pulling for me. Zach G says, glad to see you back. Hope to see more videos. Well, I'll do what I can, Andy, thanks so much. You have a great night. William Lawler, what kind of compression tester do you use? I forget where I got this. This is a pretty common one, though. It's this one. But it doesn't say. It just says compression tester. And so far, this has actually been, I think this is fairly accurate for me over the years. And it has the valve at the tip here. If it doesn't have a valve at the tip, you're not going to get a good, accurate read. Anybody have anything else? Questions, comments they want to level at me? No fires tonight. Cutting. Good. Yeah, yeah. It was quite a video. For those, Mark sent me a video of what happens after if you don't have a screen on your muffler. He went back after a few hours, and there was embers there smoldering while he was cutting. Um, oh man, that's scary. There, it was just sitting there smoldering. Like it was hours later. It was a good thing he went back. Just the sawdust was just sitting there percolating and could have had a real problem. Any other comments, questions? You guys have my email, obviously. MATT, the letter Y, the letter O, the number 5, mattyo5 at AOL.com if anybody wants to send me an email. If you don't find you handsome, she'll at least sure find you handy. Yep. She should at least find you handy, is the quote, I think. And if they don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. So I'm going for handy, that's for sure. And not handy. A better word for me, useful, because I hate being useless. I hate feeling useless. And ugh, yucky. If I sit on a beach, I start looking around for things to fix, because me sitting on a beach makes me feel useless. You know what I mean? I can't do it. Do it for a little while, but not for very long. Other comments, questions? I hope to get back to some more videos. I don't have really anything else going as of right now. I got parts and I got this and that, but I don't find... Hey, Efren, yeah, I'm back. If you haven't seen the video, you better go back to the beginning and watch, buddy. So, I just lost my train of thought. My brain's shot. It's cooked. It's the end of the day. It's time to call it. If my wife and kids are watching, love you guys, and thank you for the Father's Day gift. The mug. It's pretty cool and funny. Efren, it's a good point. Just not sure which way is forward type of thing. But yep. Yep. Well, I've enjoyed my root beer. So, everybody, thanks so much for watching. I do appreciate you hanging out. And if I have something for you, I will go live again. And we will move along. If anybody wants to contact me, obviously they can. If they have, they want clarity on something, then you're welcome to do that. Have a great night, everybody. We'll take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.